Am I the asshole for using my husband's savings to repurchase the bike that he took from our daughter? I'm going to say no already. That's wild. All right. My daughter received a bike from her uncle, my brother, on her 11th birthday. She was over the moon and excited to use it because it was on her wish list for so long. Days ago, I discovered that my husband reached out to my brother to ask for the receipt for the bike and returned it to the store and kept the money for himself. Selfish. While my daughter was at school and the bike was at home. My daughter and I got home and she started crying after noticing the bike was gone. I would have cried too. My husband was at home at the time, and he told me he returned the bike and got money in return to spend on something useful for us since the bike was just there as a distraction. This guy's a bum. I'm going to call it now. And there was no need for it now since we're in the dead of winter. What are you talking about? Are you trying to tell me that you don't think spring is ever going to come back? You don't think that there are ever going to be any other seasons? Other people have bikes and they don't sell them during winter and get new ones. You know that, right? It's such a wild concept. This guy is weird and his justifications don't make any sense already. So let's continue. Okay. I was aggravated. What does that mean? I was aggravated and lost it on him, saying it wasn't his, didn't come from him, and he didn't pay for it, so he had no right to touch it, especially knowing our daughter's been wanting it for a long time, and my brother was decent enough to buy it for her, despite barely having money to get by on his own. Oh my gosh, this guy's just a villain. Just a villain. So he took something from his daughter that she wanted for a really long time, just got, and that thing also was like a heartfelt present from her uncle who, you know, probably scraped something together to get her that really nice gift because he's like struggling a little bit financially on his like right now. So what are we... Girl, I don't think we needed any more information to know that your husband sucks. Let's be real. I told him what he did was theft and insisted he hand over the money to me so I could repurchase it. But he said he spent it on stuff for the house and doesn't have any money left now. But I knew about the money he was stashing away in his bedroom that he forbade me from touching, and I took some of it and went out to repurchase the bike while he was out the next day. So this guy is super selfish. But not only that, he is like, I don't even know what other word could really elevate that. I know it's like a word that could mean like selfish, but so much more in a really bad way, because how are you gonna have the actual, maybe more, because she said some of it, but she was able to rebuy the bike, right? And we don't know if the price went up or if it went down or whatever. This guy supposedly had more money than the bike, than he got from returning the bike, stashed away, that he definitely knew about, and he just decided he was gonna, you know what? I'm saving that for a rainy day. Let me just steal this from my daughter. It's wild. That is such a wild thing to do. You're not an adult or a father. You are a child and a bully. Let me just say that already. That is so wild. So wild. Also, put your money in a bank. Why are you saving? Oh, girl, put your money in a bank. And I get it. You might not trust the bank, but just get a different bank. Like you don't have to put all your money in one bank. Just put your money in different banks. But like, I don't know why do you have that much money in your bedroom? I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I kind of understand it. I don't know, but put your money in a bank. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, so next goes, he found out and verbally lashed out at me, saying I should never have touched the money he was saving for himself, which isn't much, but I last right back that I had to, so I could repurchase the bike he took from under our daughter. He explained that he didn't keep the money for himself. What do you mean? You just said that you were saving it for yourself, and then you come back and you say, oh, well, I wasn't saving it for myself. What else did he say? He explained that he didn't keep the money for himself and insisted he spent it on necessities for our home. Girl. But he was at fault for taking the bike in the first place, and he was responsible for getting it back. He yelled at me for almost 10 minutes. That's a long time to yell at somebody. I know he had a headache. Then stormed outside and started smoking. That's an expensive hobby. Maybe if you weren't smoking, you wouldn't have to sell your daughter's bike to get stuff. Just a thought. My daughter asked why her dad was upset and that she no longer wanted the bike if he doesn't want her to have it. Girl. So this guy is so immature. He is such, he's genuinely just a bad person, but not only that, he's a bad parent to the point where he makes his daughter feel guilty for something that she had no part in and that she has no fault in. That is wild. That is so wild. You suck, and your daughter probably will never talk to you when she gets older. I'm calling it now. But I assured her that's not the case and told her she shouldn't feel guilty and to just focus on enjoying her bike. Good mother. This is good, mom. I like this. My husband hasn't stopped grilling me. Is it a mom? Did she say that? Or did this person say that? I'm just gonna refer to this to OP as a person because I don't think they specified. All right. Let's see, where did I leave off? Enjoying her bike. My husband hasn't stopped grilling me about how I disrespected and undermined him and managed to make our daughter hate him after making him look like the bad guy. I again said he shouldn't have touched the bike and end of story. He's calling me a thief and juvenile for taking money from his savings and being sneaky about it. Girl. He's just throwing stuff back in your face that, I don't know what the acronym was, but it's Devo or something. Devoed. I can't remember, but you know what I'm talking about, where the person in the wrong tries to make the victim feel like they're the one in the wrong. That's suspicious. That's weird. I don't know. You need to not be with this man. He's wild for that. Imagine he decides to sell something that's actually important to you guys and under the guise of, but we needed, sir, you just sold our house for a boat. Please. Oh my gosh, I don't know. This man sounds like he's trying to. He sounds like the kind of person who does really immature things, but tries to justify it with really reasonable things. But the problem is with that is that if we can literally tell that that's not what you were trying to do, girl, you can't use it as justification. I don't know, if I were to see someone steal candy from a baby and almost put it in their own mouth before they see someone recording it, and they'd be like, oh no, I just took it from the kid because cavities and candy is unhealthy and everything like that. I just didn't want the kid to get hurt or whatever. And we'd be like, yep, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, sure, definitely. Come on now, please. All right, the first comment says, not the asshole. Your husband stole your daughter's gift and you made it right, and he's hiding money you aren't allowed to touch. He sounds incredibly awful and controlling. Someone responding to that, says, not only is he controlling, he forbid her to touch the money and had the audacity to call her the thief for being sneaky and going into his savings to buy the bike again. Yet he waited until they weren't home. Yup. And returned the bike and kept the money. So who is the real thief here? Yeah, like, sir, you can't just like you can't do an Uno reverse on this. Like, you obviously are in the wrong and you just can't admit that. Like, you're so strange. Not that we would ever expect you to, because you're so childish, but dang, strange. I mean, the forbidding thing is really weird though. Like, you could just, if that's your partner, you could just be like, hey, this is some money that I saved for myself. If you could just like not, if you could just not use it, that would be really nice. Like, because I'm saving it for myself. Like, your partner, you should trust your partner enough to be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Instead of being like, oh, you can never touch this. You're not allowed to touch this money that I'm saving away. Like, that's weird. And I don't think he really respects you. It's strange. And then the whole undermining thing, yeah, he doesn't respect you. I'm sorry. Where did we leave off here? So who is the real thief here? Not the Urshel. And also, you should start up your own little savings he doesn't know about as well to leave his and please don't stash it in the house. Yes, put it in a bank. And who steals their own kid's birthday gift they did not buy to conserve space? Like, what? Oh, did he say that? I didn't even hear that. What are you talking about? What? Okay, that might, I don't know. I don't remember reading that, but also my memory's not that good. Anyways, but I didn't even remember the fact that it was her birthday gift. She said, yeah, this person said that it was her daughter. I keep saying her, but I don't know that. Anyways, so they said that it was the daughter's 11th birthday. So I didn't even remember that when I'm talking about this. So that is like doubly selfish, doubly messed up, doubly gonna traumatize your kid, because then she's gonna believe that she doesn't deserve nice things, and on her birthday no less. Dang, you are a bad parent, a bad person. End of story. What in the world is wrong with you? All right, let's find another. Okay, so this is an original comment, and it says, not the Urshel. He can't afford necessities, but he has a stash of money for himself, and he's smoking. Really? Yeah. And the replies are just like people saying that, yeah, smoking isn't cheap, and like it's like ruins lungs, and it's like doubly, maybe triply expensive when you think about the fact that if your lungs like end up like unhealthy because you smoke, you're gonna have to pay for hospital bills and stuff. So just, I mean, like, keep that in mind. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm not wishing it on anybody, because that would suck. That would be such a terrible thing to do. I'm just saying, think about it before you start smoking, and maybe don't start smoking, because it's not a good thing. It's really not. All right, next, not the Urshel, but you know you've got much bigger problems than the bike and this particular money incident. Oh yeah, because if this is what he's willing to do, like, and this was like, he attempted to do it behind your back, but he just wasn't very good at it. Yeah, just imagine he's gonna do way weirder, way worse things later. And OP actually replied to this and said, I do, and the money he's saving was supposed to be for emergencies according to him, but he hasn't needed or used it in such emergencies. So you guys have had emergencies, but he just hasn't. Wow, that's very telling. Someone replying to that said, I'm sorry, but there is definitely something going on with him financially. He has a stash of money for emergencies that you're not allowed to touch, then sells his daughter's birthday present for non-specific stuff for the house with no oh my goodness, I can't read our words today. With no receipts and no further explanation, yet this upstairs stash was untouched. What could possibly be so urgent that you would sell your daughter's birthday present but not use your emergency fund? Best case scenario, he's got a secret debt issue or gambling problem, and you know what? I didn't even mention it, but I really was thinking it with the house thing and the boat thing. I was like, that was a joke, but also I was dead serious, like thinking this guy could be gambling away all your stuff. Like, seriously. And then the person just said, not the actual, the bit about your child saying they no longer wanted the bike broke my heart. Yes, because like kids should not be put in that position. And like so many kids are like where they just want to make their parents happy. But like your parents aren't supposed to be the ones that you're trying to make. Like you're not supposed to have to make your parents happy. Like, sure, when you can, do what you can to make them proud and like do what you can to make them happy if it's like within your means. But like you shouldn't have to be giving up what you need as a child to make your parents feel better about themselves or whatever. This dude sucks. And he's supposed to be, as your father, he's supposed to make sure that you are doing well and that you are happy. This is wild. This is a reply to something. I'm not sure. Okay, there's like a comment replying to... What is it replying to? The comment said, I think this exactly... What? I think this exactly. Husband Def has something else going on. OP needs to be more worried about why husband needs not only a stash of money that only he can explicitly touch, but is also selling the child's belongings that he didn't pay for to begin with. Honestly, my first thought was some kind of addiction. Okay, yes. Then there's a reply that says it's like he tainted the bike now. Instead of a fond memory associated with the bike being from her uncle, given out of love for his niece, it has sadness associated with it now. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. It breaks my heart also. And then someone replying to that was like, glad I'm not the only one sad about this poor kid. She really wanted it and he sold it. And then her reaction saying she didn't want it if her dad doesn't want her to have it. Yeah, kids trying to stop fights when he's the only one who caused such upset. Such upset. I'm leaning toward now. She's willing to give up her happiness for a man who doesn't give a S-H-I-T. Yeah. And then they go on to say, who sells a kid's bike? It's cartoon villain type stuff. Yeah, that was the part that really got me about that comment. It is cartoon villain type stuff. And your dad should not be your cartoon villain. He just shouldn't. And just like, if you're like, my number one thing about villains is like, if you're gonna be a villain, please be good at it. How did you think? Did you really think that once your wife and daughter left the house that morning that you decided you were going to sell your daughter's bike? That your spouse and daughter left the house. They just wouldn't come back to notice that it was gone? What was going on there? What was going on in your head? This guy has a lot of permanency. He just doesn't... Object permanency doesn't apply to him or something. Like, he just thinks that... Or it applies too much. He just thinks that winter will stay forever and his spouse and daughter will never come back to the house. Wild. Just so wild. Such a wild thing. Let's find one more comment and then I'm just gonna quote it there. Let's see. Your husband is so PISS poor he has to steal from your kids, yet he somehow has enough money to smoke. Not the initial, but you're married to a huge one. OP responded and said, to be fair, we're struggling financially. I won't deny that, but since he's the breadwinner, he tells me it's up to him how he spends the rest of his salary after already providing for us. Yeah, you need to leave. You need to leave right now. This is wild. And I like, oh. Yeah. Really don't know. Like, and I know that sounds like such a privileged thing to say, like, you need to leave your husband. I know some people just, like, can't. But if you can, please do. Because this could become something much bigger, much worse. He is not a good person. Anyways, I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna end this video here. Let me know what you thought of the new visuals. If they're not there, then pretend this section of the audio is not here. But if it is, please let me know, because I think this could become a regular thing in my videos. Anyways, thanks for watching. You'll catch me later. Bye.